Hi friends, welcome to this video. It is Mr. Bakes, and we are doing another drawing challenge. So last time we did a summer-long drawing challenge. This time it's just going to be through December. But here's what you're going to need. You're going to need your sketchbook, a good pencil, maybe some color pencils or watercolor. This time I'm painting it. It's going to be watercolor. This is my watercolor sketchbook. You need some pretty good thick paper for watercolors. And these are just ones I've previously done. Just want to show you kind of what I'm going to be getting into here. So this week we're going to draw an elf. And remember, you follow along with the video and you bring in your drawing, hang it up, and you get a free cake pop. Super easy, super fun, and super delicious. So follow along here. We always start off with a little circle for the head, and this is the hat shape on top, just kind of curved off to the side. And elves, their hats have like a brim there, and it's going to be red. But probably the most important part about elves is that they have a very childish-like face, so I make it short and rounder on the cheeks, and I add the pointy ears. And you can make them as pointy as you want, as big as you want, be creative with it. And I'm drawing very lightly with my pencil because some of these are just guidelines that I'm going to erase later. And this line that I'm doing across the middle of the face, across the very center, that touches the bottom of the elf's eyes. And then a very big smile. And a pointy little nose. I think the pointy little nose really makes it look more like an elf. And then I kind of have this Christmas tree shape, or kind of like a cone shape for the body. And then I add some shoulders there. Of course, you gotta add some legs. They do have legs. And you can make them short legs or long legs. There's no one definite shape that elves come in, so you can really make it up as you go. But I also like adding the pointed feet. And then stripes on the stockings. So elves tend to wear green and red, and it's mostly green. Red is reserved for Santa, so they just have accents of red, and that's the colors that are going to be on the stockings. My elf's going to be having his hands on his hips, and he or she is ready to work and excited. Very excited and ready to work. Make some toys. This is almost done. I'm just making sure that I have everything that I need because I'm going to be doing watercolor paints on this. And you don't have to. You can do color pencil, markers, whatever else you might want to do. And have a black pen or marker as well for your darker lines that we're going to do after that. I'm going to use a darker pencil for my dark lines, but here I'm erasing some lines I don't want to keep. And I'm just nailing down some details. Now, if you're doing watercolors like me, the next step is going to be watercolors. You can get those ready. But if you're not doing watercolors, then your next step is to do the black outlines. So if you're doing color pencils or markers, go and grab your pen and you can go over your final lines, and then you'll go into coloring. But watercolor is a little different, and you want to do the dark lines last. Just going to speed up this part. We all know what erasing looks like. Alright, here's some of the stuff you need if you're doing watercolor. This tray is a color palette, and my watercolors are different. Mine are all in tubes. So, and then you need a good brush and a cup of water, clean water preferably. But I'm starting with red, and I'm going to do all the accent reds. It's going to be the brim of the hat, and then the thing that looks like a tree skirt around his neck, and then his shoes are going to be red. And then I'm going to alternate the stripes on his stockings. And then you really should wait for it to dry completely before you go in with the next color, but I'm really impatient. I got my green and I'm going in. You can do whatever colors you want. Go and be creative with it, but this is like the very basic Christmas elves out there. They all wear green and red, so. And then you gotta color in the face. Just make sure you fill it in completely. Alright, now I'm doing my black lines, and I'm just using a darker pencil. It's actually a very dark pencil. Yeah, nailing down those details and making it really clean. Then I'm adding some texture on the hat. It's a little furry, so you're adding just a few little dash marks there. And I'm still cleaning up as I go. Now, pencils won't erase if you already painted over them. They'll erase a little bit they'll come up, but not really. They won't go away. So that's why you want to make sure you have it clean. All your lines are cleaned up before you start painting. And if you're doing markers and crayons, then you're going in a reverse order, and you did your dark lines first and then your colors. And here's some white paint just to bump up the highlights. Now, don't forget to put your name on this and then bring it in and get your free cake pop. See you guys soon.